When it comes to weapons I don't use often enough or at all is things like the Trinity weapons from the Stalker, that being Hate, Dread, and Despair. Hate I use ungodly amounts, but Dread and Despair really don't get to see a lot of... Oh, damn, I just activated my Incarnon twice. They don't really get to see me get usage on my... what is it? I almost said party. My game often enough, and that's mainly because they're just not my weapons specifically, but... I've recently just made a build I really enjoy with the Dread. That being one that, as you can tell, with all the shots going out and the pollution of just high damage numbers all over the screen, is a split flights build with the mod we had gotten, I think it was last Nightwave or the Nightwave before that, that gives the Dread its augment where when you're invisible, you deal more damage. And it just, oh, it's so good when you mix it with Spectral Serration and stuff like that, because while the mod does naturally make you invisible when you hit 3 enemies in a row, I decided to just counteract that entire issue of, oh, I need to hit 3 enemies. No, how about I just stay invisible permanently? It's unbelievably amazing. It's so good for just dealing real good high crit damage numbers, and whenever you hit a ton of enemies in a row, which is what Split Flights wants you to do, well, you just kind of snowball from there, because now you have just a ton of arrows just going out all the time. It's also why I like Split Flights on the Dread, because just like the Paris, all these projectiles have their own hitbox, and since there's such a big hitbox, you just send out a ton of those massive waves. It just guarantees you most of the time basically a reproc of your Incarnon. But let's hope a Acolyte spawns soon, because I wish to showcase this off against something that's a little bit more tankier than these Stalker enemies. Well, the Acolyte is finally here, so let's see who we get to deal with. We get to deal with Violence. Real good option. Go ahead and get our split flights up again, and oh, okay, well, there she goes. And as you see, there went the whole effect of the mod, because you see I don't have my invis on anymore. I went invis naturally due to the what is it, the augment. Look at that, just even without the boost from my 4, because I did have my 4 boosting it, I'm hitting real good numbers. But let's head back on to the simulacrum so I can showcase off the build in a bit more of a controlled setting with level 195s. So I will see y'all in the simulacrum. And here we are back in the simulacrum. So when it comes to the Dread, the Incarnon evolutions I go with is Evolution 2's Hitman Opportunity for the 100% damage to enemies below half health, because when it comes to the other one being the Stalker's Resentment, it resets on the shots, and it's only a bonus if you have all 3 of the Stalker's weapons on. When it comes to Evolution 3, I still use Projectile Speed, which is a phenomenal one, because the other 2 really aren't necessary. You get minus zoom or increased ammo capacity, not needed. And then finally, I use Survivor's Edge, which gives you base crit chance and status chance of plus 10, while the other 2 is a 24% increase to base status, and the other one is a 1x increase to crit damage. Not that necessary for me. When it comes to the build now, it's kind of similar to my original Dread video. That one being here, although I have made mistakes by forming the weapon, but the build hasn't changed that much. We're using split flights and spectral serration purely because of how Unseen Dread works. Become invisible for 5 seconds when you strike 3 or more enemies with a single projectile. Deal 175% more critical damage with Dread while invisible. Now you see why I only have 1 crit damage mod. We're using Galvanized Scope for the crit chance and on headshot and on headshot kill, more crit chance. Split flights for that plus 100% multi-shot, stacking up 4 times, so 400% multi-shot. It's very nice, very nice. It's, in my opinion, a little better than Galvanized Chamber. Special Station, I already explained it. And we're using Shred for the fire rate and punch through, just so we can have some punch through on our Incarnon. We're using Primary Merciless, but if you wanted to, you could also use Primary Deadhead, Longbow Sharp Shot, which is also really nice. And if you could sometimes use Primary Frostbite, which is also a very good option. Only issue is I run Viral Heat. I can't get the cold naturally. And if you want to copy my Incarnon, my Riven, that's the Riven. I have a lot of crit chance on mine, pop more crit chance on yours. So let's test this build in a more controlled setting. These here are level 195 Steel Path Scourger enemies, and as you see, I'm still doing phenomenal damage just by not being invisible, because I wanted to show off what it's like if you don't have invisibility yet, and when you do get it just like that. As you see, more damage, more increase, and Unseen Dread did proc, hence why I went invisible. Now, I will do a jump cut here, because I want to show it off as well, whenever you get all of your bonuses, like my Haros 4, and when I'm permanently invisible. But I will also show off the Incarnon real quick. I see it killed him. So I'm gonna do a jump cut for whenever I am fully buffed up. And here we are fully buffed up. Let me go ahead and press 2 and wow, would you look at that? Let me take off the Incarnon. I mean, look at the numbers. This is with Covenant boost, Unseen Dread boost, Primary Merciless, obviously. It's just, oh my goodness. It hits so hard. It's an amazing weapon. It really is. I mean, look at the damage. Oh, so good. Now, I do want to really quickly address something to some people. In my Bolter video, there was a comment that said, why aren't you running Hunter's Munitions on a weapon that does crit damage? Well, the Bolter isn't a crit weapon. This is a status weapon. I made it a crit weapon because I'm on Haro. Why don't I run Hunter Munitions anymore? It's not needed. 30% chance to apply slash on crit. Well, with the changes to health, armor, and how slash works, it's not necessary on a lot of weapons. As you saw, I didn't have Hunter Munitions on, and that Decadent, or Decadent, whatever his name is, slash died. He died to the slash. But let's head back to the back rooms. Now I'm giving my final thoughts on how the Dread is, how its Incarnon is, and if you should be looking for the mod that it came with. So, and we'll see y'all there. Let's continue on with what I was talking about in the simulacrum. When it comes to the Dread and the whole Stalker combo, they are really good weapons to use. I feel bad for everybody who still hasn't gotten Despair. I continue to this day see people commenting on my video where I cover these with my Saren of people who still have not seen this weapon, and I feel so bad and sorry. I apologize. I hope you get it. But when it comes to the Dread is a phenomenal bow. If I had to rate it among most of the bow weapons that I use, it's one of the best. The Dread and Paris Prime both share a very similar Incarnon. That's why I like them both. The Roc de Cernos is a phenomenal bow outside of, primes and stuff. Evensong is okay. It's not my go-to, but it is still strong. The Kuva Brahma, they sadly butchered, and it's no longer what it used to be. This thing used to have like 69 arrows and not just one. It was so good. Phenomenal. And the newer bow that we've gotten, which is the Daikyu Prime, I've yet to try it, but I did like the Daikyu when I did use it. So pick your poison with whatever bow you like. I recommend the build to anybody who really likes using them. But if you don't have the mod, you don't really need to hunt it out, but it is a very good mod to get because if you like going invisible, that's 175% more crit damage while you're invisible. So it's just chef's kiss. Here's a normal build if you want. Just put rifle up to there. There you go. Just change out the main to be whatever you prefer and take out Hunter Munitions and change it to something else. This is, like I said, old before I even put Galv mods in these things. But if you want, you can go check out the video I made before on the Dread to get a better feel of how the weapon is, because I believe, compare to other bows in that video. Tell me what weapons you want to see down below, whatever frames. Whenever we get the release of that spider frame, do expect a review and a build guide for her on this channel. When she drops, I'll try my hardest to get her as quick as possible. But I'll see y'all recruits in the next one. See you next time. Peace out, everybody.